so much for tuning in, and welcome to this week's episode of What Happened in the DSE. My name is Isa Omari, and I'll be taking you through what happened in the equities market, the Treasury Bond market, and the corporate bond market. As per always, let us begin with the equity market. Shares traded during the week amounted to 2,636.17 million Tanzanian shillings, or 2.636 billion Tanzanian shillings. Now, the graph you see in front of you just gives us a breakdown of that amount traded each day during the week. Going specifically into how many shares were traded during the week, which can also be referred to as the volume of shares traded, we find that there were 9,170,248 shares traded during this week. And now, something of equal importance is to know which companies exactly were traded the most during the week. Now, these are our weekly top movers, people. You'll notice that we attach the closing prices as per day as well. At number 1, we have CRDB Bank PLC. The total shares traded here were 8,926,655, which is around 97% of the total volume traded for the week. Now, this is quite a large figure, and it's because of the block trade pre-arranged market board on Wednesday. Basically, this is when an entity purchases a large amount of shares at a pre-arranged price or at a negotiated price. So this basically means that an entity, most probably a company, bought the 8 million shares of CRDB through this. At number 2, we have NMB Bank. The total shares traded here were 171,111, which is 2% of the total volume traded for the week. Finally, at number 3, we have our beloved DSE PLC. The total shares traded here were 49,730, which is 1% of the volume traded for this week. Alright, moving on, we have this table which shows us the specific daily price changes for companies during the week. Now, local companies which acted bullish this week were DSE and NMB, as they both experienced rises in their share prices during the week. Cross-listed companies from the Nairobi Securities Exchange which experienced changes include EIBL, JHL, KCB, and NMG. Now, other active local companies include CRDB and Yet. Okay, and this other table just gives us the closing prices as at the end of the week, which is Friday. And now we also have another column showing us the total price change during the week, which is how much the price changed for the specific company shares during the week, as well as the percentage change in price. This table basically just gives us a perspective of how we ended on last week, and so how we're going to begin on this week. Equities portion is over. Let us zoom on over to the Treasury Bond section. The first thing we need to know is how much was traded in total during the week. And so the value of Treasury Bonds traded during the week had amounted to 34.69 billion Tanzanian shillings. And the graph you see in front of us just gives us a breakdown of that value that was traded on the week, and as well as the specific Treasury Bonds traded the most with the corresponding coupon rates. So on Monday was the 20-year Treasury Bonds being traded the most with a 15.49 coupon rate. On Tuesday, there was a tie between the 20-year and the 15-year Treasury Bonds being the ones that were the most traded that day. Wednesday and Thursday saw mostly Treasury Bonds of 20 years as well. And this week ended with the 25-year Treasury Bonds being the one traded the most on Friday. These have a 15.95 coupon rate. And as always, we're finishing off with the corporate bonds section. This week, we have activity in this segment, as we see on Tuesday and Thursday with trading of these bonds. Now, the value of corporate bonds traded during the week had amounted to 6.95 million Tanzanian shillings. And the graph in front of you, as always, gives us a breakdown of how much of that value was traded during the days of the week, as well as the specific corporate bonds traded the most with the corresponding coupon rates. Now, as always here, the coupon rate paid to investors are the ones by the respective companies which originally issued the bond. Alright, so on both days of Tuesday and Thursday, there was the trading of NMB bonds, which had a 10% coupon rate with a 3-year tenure. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. I hope this video has been informative, insightful, and as well has brought value to you. Now, feel free to interact with A-Trader in any of our social media platforms and contact us in case of any other questions. Have a great week ahead, and karibuni sana.